अब होश बन गई। चले, आपको मैंने होस्ट बना दिया।
रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट हो गई।
जबरदस्त। और स्टूडेंट्स कितने आ गए क्लासरूम में?
25।
चले, 25 से ज्यादा नहीं आते, मुझे पता है। इस तरह है ना, 25 से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं कि नहीं आते ऑनलाइन क्लासरूम में?
नो सर, स्टार्ट में आते थे 40।
अच्छा, स्टार्ट में 40 आते थे।
सर
चले
कभी
ठीक
कभी
है।
ज्यादा भी हो जाते हैं, 40 तक भी जाते हैं। लास्ट क्लास में 40 तक गए थे।
चले, अच्छी बात है, अप्रिशिएटेड। चले, मैं चैप्टर नंबर 9 को आप लोग के साथ डिस्कस करूंगा। चैप्टर नंबर 9 is related to force on current carrying conductor due to the presence of magnetic field. So we know this fact that whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, force is experienced by this current carrying conductor. So what we do, we place a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, which is represented by B. And basically, this arrow gives you the direction of the magnetic flux density. This arrow gives you the direction of the current in the conductor. So the force which is experienced by this conductor depends upon different parameters. It depends upon the current in the conductor. This force is directly proportional to the current in the given conductor. If you increase the current, definitely the force on the conductor will increase. This force is directly proportional to the length of the conductor as well. By increasing the length of the given conductor, the force on the conductor will increase. And it depends upon the strength of the magnetic field as well. If you increase the magnetic field in which the conductor is located, definitely the force on the conductor will increase linearly. And then it depends upon, you see this angle as well, the angle between the length of the conductor and the magnetic flux density. So this force is basically directly proportional to sine of this angle. So this is, you see, a very important principle. अक्सर मैं आप लोगों से पूछता हूँ, एक जनरल क्वेश्चन मैं आप लोगों से पूछता हूँ। जनरल क्वेश्चन ये है कि व्हाट इज द वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर। तो यही जो है प्रिंसिपल है इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर का, कि आप लोग करंट कैरिंग कंडक्टर्स को, करंट कैरिंग वाइंडिंग को मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में रखते हैं। whenever you place a current carrying winding, a current carrying coil in a magnetic field, the coil will rotate. जो पंखा है वो इसी तरह रोटेट होता है। इसी तरह आपका मोटर जो है उसका रोटर भी इसी तरीके से रोटेट करता है। whenever we place a conductor in a magnetic field, the conductor will move, the conductor will rotate. So this is the working principle of a motor as well. We know that force is a vector quantity. So if you guys want to find out the direction of this force, you guys need to consider the length of this conductor is a vector quantity. And this length should be considered in the direction of the current. Whatever may be the direction of the current in this conductor, that will be the direction of the length vector as well. And then we have cross the magnetic flux density. So we can calculate the force as a vector quantity with the help of this particular equation. And if you guys want to calculate the differential force on a very small portion of this current carrying conductor, then you guys need to consider the current in a very small portion of this conductor. And the small portion of this current carrying conductor is represented by DL. This is a differential length vector. So basically, you guys consider a very small portion of the current carrying conductor over here. And the length of the small portion must be in the direction of the current. तो ये जो डिफरेंशियल पोर्शन है इस कंडक्टर का, we consider this vector in the direction of the current as well. So the force on a very small portion of this conductor will be differential force. And if you guys want to find out this differential force on a very small portion of this current carrying conductor, then we use equation number 3, which is on the board. The differential force on this small portion of the current carrying conductor will be equal to IDL cross D. This equation will give you the magnitude as well as the direction of the differential force. And if you guys want to find out the total force, so just integrate, you see this equation, the integration of the given equation will give you the total force on the current carrying conductor. So we have the integration of IDL cross B. So this is the force, the total force on the current carrying conductor. You guys can use this integration to find out the total force on this current carrying conductor. And for the total force on this conductor, you guys need to know the current in this conductor, the differential link vector of the small portion. And let me repeat that this vector must be in the direction of the current. जो भी current का direction होगा इस conductor में, that will be the direction of this differential link vector as well. And then you guys need to know the magnetic flux density as well. So whenever we place a conductor in a magnetic field, force will be experienced by this conductor. And due to the presence of this force, this conductor will either move or it will rotate. Depends कि force का direction क्या है. ये force मतलब इस conductor को बाकायदा rotate भी कर सकता है, either in the clockwise direction or in the counterclockwise direction. और ये बाकायदा इसको move भी कर सकता है. So you guys can find out the direction of the force, and the direction of the force will give you the direction of the motion of the conductor as well. So then we जी
सर हम इसमें सर फ्लेमिंग लेफ्ट हैंड रूल लगा के फाइंड कर सकते हैं फोर्स की डायरेक्शन.
क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट में फ्लेमिंग जो राइट हैंड रूल अप्लाई करते हैं ना, और क्या करते हैं?
तो नहीं सर हमने पढ़ा था सर. नो सर मैं पढ़ रहा था पिछले सर, ये कह रहे हैं एक है फ्लेमिंग लेफ्ट हैंड रूल जो मोटर्स के लिए, फिर है फ्लेमिंग राइट हैंड रूल जो जनरेटर्स के लिए.
हम जो है ना क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट के लिए फ्लेमिंग की राइट हैंड रूल हम अप्लाई करते हैं. मुझे याद नहीं है कि फ्लेमिंग से या क्या है, वो फ्लेमिंग नहीं है. मतलब राइट हैंड रूल आप अप्लाई करते हैं क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट के लिए. जो राइट हैंड रूल है मेरे ख्याल में उसका नाम जो है फ्लेमिंग राइट हैंड रूल नहीं है. क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट के लिए जो राइट हैंड रूल मैंने आपको सिखाई थी, वही राइट हैंड रूल आप अप्लाई करेंगे.
मैंने ऑनलाइन पढ़ा था सर, वो कह रहे थे कि आप इसकी डायरेक्शन फ्लेमिंग से भी फाइंड कर सकते हैं.
यार फ्लेमिंग से भी फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं आप. अच्छा वो हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं. जी वो फिर मतलब लाइक यू need to find out to see like the direction of the current and the direction of the magnetic. Anyhow, you can find out the direction of the force with the help of the right hand rule. ये cross product है, तो cross product के लिए जो right hand rule है वही आप apply करें और just find out the force, the direction of the force. Now दूसरा जो topic था that was related to force on a moving charge. So what is the conclusion of this particular topic? If a charge moves in a magnetic field, then definitely force will be experienced by this moving charge as well. So if we look at this particular conductor, we know that there is a current in this conductor, and you know what is a current. Current is basically the flow of free charge inside this conductor. So basically the free charge moves from one place to another place inside this conductor, which results in current. And if we say that there is a force on the conductor, so basically there is a force on the moving charge in this inside this conductor. And if you guys want to find out, you see the force which is experienced by the moving charge in the magnetic field. इक्वेशन को बाकायदा वीडियो में मैंने डिराइव किया था. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डिराइव द इक्वेशन इन द ऑनलाइन सेशन. अगर आपको किसी भी पॉइंट की समझ नहीं आती तो आप लोग मुझसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. So the force which is experienced by a moving charge inside a magnetic field depends upon the magnitude of the charge. अगर आप लोग फ्री चार्ज की मिकदार को इंक्रीज करने की कोशिश करेंगे तो the force on the charge will increase, and it depends upon the velocity of the free charge inside the conductor as well. अगर फ्री चार्ज की वेलोसिटी ज्यादा होगी, चार्ज पे फोर्स ज्यादा होगा. अगर फ्री चार्ज की वेलोसिटी कम होगी तो इस चार्ज पे फोर्स कम होगा. So it depends upon the magnitude of the charge which is in motion inside the conductor, and it depends upon the velocity of the free electrons or the free charge which is in motion inside the conductor, and it depends upon the strength of the magnetic field as well. So basically this equation gives you the force which is experienced by the moving charge. So basically अगर आप लोग इस conductor को consider करें, there is a current in this conductor, and you know the definition of current. Current is basically the rate of motion of charge, free charge inside the conductor. So whenever the charge is in motion inside a magnetic field, force is experienced by this charge, and you guys can calculate the magnetic force with the help of this particular equation. फिर इसी टॉपिक में हमने कंसीडर किया था कि let's say this conductor is placed in a magnetic field as well as electric field simultaneously. So if the current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field as well as the electric field simultaneously, so there are two sources which are responsible for the force on the moving charge. The force will be experienced by this charge due to the magnetic field as well as electric field. Whenever we have more than one source, we apply the superposition theorem. What is the principle of the superposition theorem? आप लोगों ने क्या करना होगा कि सबसे पहले you guys will have to assume that the electric field intensity does not exist in the vicinity of the current carrying conductor, and the force is experienced by this moving charge due to the magnetic field independently. I am using the word independently. It means that in the absence of the electric field intensity. ये हम assume करते हैं कि the electric field intensity does not exist in the vicinity of the current carrying conductor. Only the magnetic field exists over here, and the force which is experienced by this moving charge due to the magnetic field has already been calculated. So this is the force which is experienced by this moving charge in a magnetic field. फिर हम क्या करते हैं कि in the second step we assume that the magnetic field does not exist in the vicinity of the current carrying conductor, और हम ये assume कर रहे हैं कि there is only electric field in the vicinity of this current carrying conductor. So the force will be experienced by this charge due to the electric field. The charge is in motion. So anyhow, the force which is experienced by this moving charge due to the electric field depends upon the magnitude of the free charge. If you increase the magnitude of the charge, the free charge inside this conductor, the force will increase. And it depends upon the strength of the electric field as well. If you increase the strength of the electric field, the force experienced by this charge will increase. So then according to the superposition theorem, what we do, we add these two forces according to, what do we call it? Head-to-tail rule. Yeah, we take the vector sum of these two vectors. The vector sum of these two vectors results in the total force. So the total force on the moving charge due to the presence of the electric as well as magnetic field will be equal to the force which is due to the magnetic field, then plus the force which is due to the electric field. इन दोनों फोर्सेस को आप लोग आपस में ऐड करते हैं, इन दोनों के एडिशन की वजह से आप लोग के पास एक इक्वेशन आ जाएगा, एंड दैट इक्वेशन इज नोन एज लॉरेंट्ज फोर्स इक्वेशन। उस इक्वेशन को हम कहते हैं LORENTZ, लॉरेंट्ज फोर्स इक्वेशन। सो एनीहाउ, अगर आप लोग के पास एक चार्ज है एंड द चार्ज इज इन मोशन, इसी चार्ज को, मूविंग चार्ज को अगर आप लोग मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में रखें, फोर्स विल बी एक्सपीरियंस्ड बाय दिस पर्टिकुलर चार्ज। और इससे रिलेटेड हम एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करते थे GIK में। हमने एक अपरेटस खरीदा था वहाँ पे, और बाकायदा नजर आता था कि आपका चार्ज जो है वो अपने अपने रास्ते से हट जाता है ड्यू टू द मैग्नेटिक फोर्स। तो एनी हाउ ये आप प्रैक्टिकली एक अपरेटस की मदद से बाकायदा डिमॉन्स्ट्रेट भी कर सकते हैं। तो ये एक टॉपिक था जो कि हमने पढ़ा था। आई होप कि इस टॉपिक में आप लोग के लिए किसी किस्म का कंफ्यूजन नहीं होगा। अगर कंफ्यूजन है तो बेशक आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं। आप लोग के जहन में कोई क्वेश्चन है?
नो सर, ऑल क्लियर।
ठीक है। तो ये उसके बाद जो है हमने दो करंट कैरिंग कंडक्टर्स कंसीडर किए थे। See, we consider two current carrying conductors. Let's say this is conductor number 1. The current in this conductor is in the upward direction, and this current is represented by I1. The small portion of this current conductor is represented by DL1. So this is conductor number 1. And then we consider the second conductor over here. This is another conductor. The current in this conductor is I2. And the small portion of this current carrying conductor is DL2. Students available in class में?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
कितने स्टूडेंट्स?
Yes, sir.
40
40
students हैं, 39.
अच्छी बात है, अच्छी बात है। चलें। So we consider two current carrying conductors. We know that whenever there is a current in the conductor, magnetic field is generated. So the current in conductor number 1 will generate a magnetic field. Similarly, the current in conductor number 2 will generate a magnetic field. So हम ये कह सकते हैं कि these two current carrying conductors are placed in the magnetic field of each other. Conductor number 1 is placed in the magnetic field of conductor number 2, and conductor number 2 is placed in the magnetic field of conductor number 1. और हम इस बात पे भी यकीन करते हैं कि whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, a force is experienced by the current carrying conductor. So definitely force will be experienced by conductor number 1 due to the magnetic field of conductor number 2, and force will be experienced by conductor number 2 due to the magnetic field of conductor number 1. So there will either be a force of attraction or a force of repulsion between these two current carrying conductors. When the currents are in the same direction, there is a force of attraction between the two conductors. And when the two currents are in the opposite direction, then there is a force of repulsion between the two conductors. GIK में हम इस टॉपिक पे भी एक छोटा सा एक्सपेरिमेंट करते थे। अपरेटस का नाम था करंट बैलेंस। तो करंट बैलेंस की मदद से we can find out the force on one conductor due to the magnetic field of the second one. क्योंकि हम यहाँ पे ऑनलाइन मौजूद है, मैं जो अपरेटस है करंट बैलेंस उसको यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकता। क्लासरूम में मैं आपको करंट बैलेंस के स्ट्रक्चर को भी एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ। अगर कोई एक छोटे से प्रोजेक्ट की मदद से करंट बैलेंस बनाना चाहे तो इंतहाई आसानी के साथ जो है वो बना सकता है। So anyhow, there will be a force of attraction between these two conductors. Why? Because the two currents are in the same direction in these two conductors. अगर ये दोनों currents opposite direction में होंगे, then these two conductors will repel each other. There will be a force of repulsion between these two conductors. So हम क्या करते हैं कि initially we consider the small portion of conductor number 1 and we consider the small portion of conductor number 2. हम ये assume कर रहे हैं कि the small portion of conductor number 1 is placed in the magnetic field of the small portion of conductor number 2. So इस पे जब force experience, the force which is experienced by this portion will be represented by dF1. हम यहाँ पे दो D's यूज कर रहे हैं, उसकी वजह क्या है ये मेरे वीडियो में एक्सप्लेन नहीं किया था, लेकिन मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा यहाँ पे. This is the small amount of force which is experienced by the small portion of the first current carrying conductor. So we know that this force depends upon the current in the small portion of the first conductor, and the current in the small portion of the first conductor is I1. It depends upon the differential length vector of the first conductor, so which is represented by dL1. And then it depends upon the differential magnetic flux density, which is generated by the current in the small portion of the second conductor. So यहाँ पे दो D's इसलिए हम यूज कर रहे हैं. If you look at the right hand side of this particular equation, तो आप लोग के पास दो D's हैं. One is the differential link vector of conductor number 1. The second one is the differential magnetic flux density, which is generated by the small portion of the second conductor. So right hand side पे दो D's है, इसलिए हम right hand side है ना, right hand side पे चूंकि दो D's है, इसलिए हम left hand side पे भी दो D's यूज कर रहे हैं. इसकी समझ आ रही है? क्या आप लोग मेरे साथ हैं?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
जी सर.
जी. तो इसीलिए इस इक्वेशन में हम दो D's यूज कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि राइट हैंड साइड पे भी दो डिफरेंशियल क्वांटिटीज है. One is the differential link vector of conductor number 1. The other one is the differential magnetic flux density, which is generated by the small portion of conductor number 2. So this is the differential force which is experienced by the differential portion of the first conductor due to the magnetic field, which is generated by the current in the small portion of the second conductor. Well, अजान की आवाज आ रही है? किसी ने गाना लगाया हुआ है?
नो सर, कुछ नहीं है.
अच्छा,
एक बंदी का माइक ऑन है.
अच्छा ठीक है. चले, anyhow, dB2 जो है, the differential magnetic flux density, which is generated by the current in the small portion of the second conductor, can be calculated with the help of Biot-Savart law. इस law का जिक्र हुआ था चैप्टर नंबर 8 में. We have mu divided by 4 pi. So it depends upon the current in the second conductor. It depends upon the differential length vector of the second conductor, and it depends upon the distance vector, which extends from the small portion of conductor number 2 towards the small portion of conductor number 1, divided by R21 raised to power 3. So this is how you guys can calculate the differential magnetic flux density, which is generated by the current in the small portion of the second conductor. So what you guys can do, you guys can put the value of dB2 in this particular equation, and you guys can find out a small amount of differential force which is experienced by this portion of the current carrying conductor. Well, अगर आप लोग B2 कैलकुलेट करना चाहे तो B2 के कैलकुलेशन के लिए आप लोग क्या करेंगे? You guys will have to integrate both sides of this particular equation. ठीक है? If you guys want to calculate B2, which is the magnetic field generated by the current in the entire second conductor, so just integrate this particular equation, and you guys will be able to calculate the total magnetic field which is generated by the current in the second conductor. So अगर मैं differential force को calculate करना चाहूँ, this is the differential force which is experienced by the small portion of the first conductor due to the magnetic field of conductor number 2. अब यहाँ पे single D आ गया है because I have got single D on the right hand side of this particular equation. So this is the differential force which is experienced by the small portion of conductor number 1 due to the magnetic field of conductor number 2. मेरी बात की समझ आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ये जो force है, this is the force between two differential current elements. ये जो force है, this is the force on this differential current element due to the magnetic field of conductor number 2. अगर आप लोग total force को calculate करना चाहते हैं, तो total force को calculate करने के लिए you guys will have to integrate this particular equation. Integrate both sides of this particular equation, and you guys will be able to find out the force on the first current carrying conductor due to the magnetic field of
The second current carrying conductor.
The second current carrying conductor. इस इक्वेशन में आप लोग B2 की वैल्यू को पुट कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे. समझ आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us consider the force which is experienced by the small portion of the second current carrying conductor due to the magnetic field generated by the small portion of the first conductor, which is represented by dB1 over here. So what we do now, we are going to find out the differential force which is experienced by the small portion of the second current carrying conductor due to the magnetic field which is generated by the current in the small portion of the first conductor. Left hand side पे 2 Ds है. Why? Because right hand side पे 2 Ds है. अगर आप लोग dB1 को calculate करना चाहें, so the differential magnetic flux density which is generated by the current in the small portion of the first conductor will be equal to mu by 4 pi, and then I have I1 dL1 cross R12. This is the distance vector. R12 is the distance vector which extends from the small portion of the first conductor towards the small portion of the second conductor. ये जो vector है, इसको मैं R12 का नाम दे रहा हूँ. So R12 is the distance vector extending from the small portion of conductor number 1 to the small portion of conductor number 2, divided by R12 raised to power 3. आप लोग को ये क्वेश्चन नजर आ रहा है कैमरे में?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So this is the differential magnetic flux density which is generated by the current in the small portion of the first current carrying conductor. So ये जो portion है, इस portion की वजह से जो magnetic field generate होगा, that is calculated with the help of this particular equation, and this is basically Boyd-Everett law. अगर आप लोग total magnetic flux density को calculate करना चाहें, the total magnetic flux density which is generated by the current in the first conductor. So what we do, we need to integrate both sides of this particular equation. ठीक है जी?
Yes.
So इससे पहले जो इक्वेशन मैंने कंसीडर किया था, which was the equation for the differential magnetic flux density, उसी differential magnetic flux density को आप इंटीग्रेट करें, आप लोग के पास B1 आ जाएगा. What is B1? B1 is the magnetic field which is generated by the current in the first conductor. और हम assume करें कि इसी magnetic field में ये second current carrying conductor located है. Anyhow, the force which is experienced by the small portion of the second current carrying conductor, मैं इस portion पे क्या करना चाहता हूँ, force calculate करना चाहता हूँ due to the magnetic field of the entire conductor number 1. So अगर हम conductor number 1 के total magnetic field को consider करें, which is represented by B1, then this force will be represented by DF2. This is the differential force which is experienced by small.
अननोन नाम से सर कोई आया है.
कोई बात नहीं. This is the differential force which is experienced by this small portion of the second carrying conductor due to the magnetic field which is generated by the current in the entire first conductor. So ये जो equation है, this is basically the force on the small portion of the second current carrying on the second current carrying conductor. अगर आप लोग total force को calculate करना चाहें, तो क्या करें आप लोग जो है इसको integrate करें. The force F2 will be equal to the integration of I have the integration of I2. equation नजर आ रहा है आप लोग को? dl2.
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Cross B1. So आप लोग differential force को integrate करें. यहाँ पे मैंने differential force को integrate किया हुआ है. The integration of the differential force results in the total force on conductor number 2. So anyhow, इन दोनों current carrying conductors के दरमियान एक force होगा. This will either be a force of repulsion or a force of attraction depending upon the direction of the two currents. If the two currents in these two conductors are in the same direction, there will be a force of attraction between these two conductors. And if the two currents are in the opposite direction in these two conductors, there will be a force of repulsion between these two conductors. So we can calculate the force, the differential force or the total force on any one of these two conductors. ठीक है जी?
Excuse me sir.
Yes sir.
जी जी.
सर उस वीडियो में था कि दो सेम करंट कैरिंग कंडक्टर के दरमियान मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, लोअर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड रीजन होगा, और तो ये किस तरह हमें पता चलेगा कि ये लोअर है?
ठीक है, ये देखें आपके पास कंडक्टर नंबर 1 है. ठीक है, the current in conductor
Yes, sir.
number 1 is I1. This
Yes,
is
sir.
conductor number 2, and the current in conductor number 2 is I2. So सबसे पहले इसी में इस रीजन पे फोकस कर रहा हूँ. ये जो रीजन है मैं इस पे फोकस कर रहा हूँ. I am focusing on the region in between these two conductors. ठीक है?
Yes sir.
अच्छा, आप यहाँ पे राइट हैंड रूल अप्लाई करें. जस्ट अप्लाई द राइट हैंड रूल on the second conductor. The thumb indicates the direction of the current in the second conductor. The fingers indicate the direction of the magnetic flux.
Yes sir.
ठीक है? So अगर आप यहाँ पे देखें, अगर आप यहाँ पे राइट हैंड रूल अप्लाई करें, तो मार्कर को देखे, मार्कर नजर आ रहे? You see, marker will give you
Yes, sir.
the direction of the magnetic flux in this particular space. The magnetic flux will
Yes,
be in
sir.
this direction. अच्छा,
यस
आप
सर,
इस पे अप्लाई करें, अगर आप फर्स्ट कंडक्टर पे राइट हैंड रूल अप्लाई करें, the magnetic flux will be in the opposite direction according to the right hand rule.
यस
इस
सर,
रीजन में जो मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स है phi1 and phi2 they are in the
अपोजिट।
हाँ, अगर आप यहाँ पे राइट हैंड रूल अप्लाई करें, यहाँ पे राइट हैंड रूल अप्लाई करें, राइट हैंड रूल के मुताबिक इस रीजन में the two magnetic flux will cancel the effect of each other. तो मैग्नेटिक
Yes,
फ्लक्स
sir.
कमजोर हो जाएगा इस रीजन में, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्या हो जाएगा, कमजोर हो जाएगा।
कमजोर हो जाएगा।
तो
यस सर,
तो यहाँ पे इस इलाके में ये जो इलाका है, ये जो रीजन है, इसमें खत्म नहीं होगा, कमजोर होगा। ये डिपेंड कि अगर दोनों मैग्नेटिक
Yes,
फ्लक्स सेम है तो फिर तो खत्म हो जाएगा।
So meeting करके रहो।
डिपेंड यहाँ पे मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स जो है दे कैंसिल द इफेक्ट ऑफ ईच अदर। तो यहाँ पे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कमजोर होगा, यहाँ पे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इस रीजन के मुकाबले में ज्यादा होगा, यहाँ पे भी मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इस रीजन के मुकाबले में ज्यादा होगा। और दिस इज अ नेचुरल लॉ, मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया था कि दिस इज अ नेचुरल लॉ कि ऑब्जेक्ट जो है
Yes,
दे टेंड टू मूव फ्रॉम अ प्लेस ऑफ हायर पोटेंशियल टुवर्ड्स अ प्लेस ऑफ
replace
लोअर
lower,
पोटेंशियल।
So meeting
lower
हाँ,
pocket.
तो ये दोनों कंडक्टर्स कोशिश करेंगे कि ज्यादा मैग्नेटिक फील्ड रीजन से मतलब जाएं किस रीजन की तरफ, कमजोर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड रीजन की तरफ।
कमजोर
There
में।
will be a force.
सर मीटिंग
sir.
खत्म हो रहा है।
जी जी। So there will be a force of, you see, attraction between these two conductors because these two conductors will tend to move towards the region of
Imaging.
lower
मीटिंग खत्म हो
pocket.
रहा है।
ठीक है, बस अभी मीटिंग खैर खत्म करना चाहते हैं इंशाल्लाह। नेक्स्ट